But first, I spoke with John Farrimond from Chattanooga Ballet about their upcoming production of The Nutcracker. Let's talk about this tradition that's been going on for years, the Nutcracker. It will be in person, live. People can come and see this production this year.
Yes, we are absolutely thrilled to be back at the Tivoli Theater. You know, as we say, we're bringing the joy back to the holiday season. The CSO is going to be there. So it's our attempt to, begin bringing us back to where we used to be and celebrate the holidays.
I think people are ready this year. They've been talking about, so excited when you start talking about being able to go out and see a live production. And when you think about something that is a holiday tradition, things like the Nutcracker, then people are saying, you know what, I'm ready to go back and see this. And it just kind of puts me in the holiday spirit. And it makes me think, okay, things are getting back to normal.
I mean, certainly we think so. And not to sound too salesy, but the ticket sales so far have indicated that, people are ready to come back and we're ready to present them. We have a whole new professional company and we've got new sets and new costumes. So we're adding some zhuzh to it. So we're trying to meet the moment, as they say.
Tell us about what's new this year.
Well, in addition to our professionals, it's a whole new company, as I said. But there's a very famous scene called the snow scene. And so we're bringing in a completely new set, which will be drops and all sorts of things. We'll have some local choirs that are going to sing this year in the show and before the show. And we're also bringing in a piece of talent from New York City, which will be nice. So those are kind of the big highlights of things that are new. Our artistic director, Brian McSween, is always adding new choreography. So it will be very familiar, which is good, but we'll have a lot of new things to make people excited.
Talk about, of course, the thing like you're saying, new things to make people excited this year. People's ticket sales are up. What about people who are still concerned about safety measures and protocol? What do you say to them about coming out to a production like this?
I would say that at the end of the day, and I think this has been said for a lot of this, is that people are at the end of the day going to have to make the best decisions for themselves. I can tell you that, if people want to wear masks, of course, that is more than welcome. I think the numbers that we see, that we monitor on a daily basis through the Hamilton County Department of Health, indicate that we're in a spot not unlike we were this past summer before Delta came along. And so, again, to reiterate, everybody has to make their own decisions. But, if you want to have an urge to go back, then I think this is the format to do it.
Talk about what this means, just like for the arts in our community, and how important it is to have live productions such as this one, such as the Chattanooga Ballet. And I know I'll give you time to also talk about some more things that you all are doing as well.
Sure. Well, I think it's tremendously important. I mean, again, it has to do with the vibrancy of a city, right? I mean, that's what the arts really brings. But on another level, it brings revenue to local businesses and to the restaurants and to a lot of the service industry that has been suffering through all this. So to bring back thousands of people to come and see the show, that adds a lot to the community. It adds a lot to the people who are working in those positions. I think it is a reflection of a city that is growing to bring the arts back, especially at this level and with the professionalism. And the CSO came back previously a couple months ago. They started their new season. So I think, when those things were gone, over time, people felt that they felt the lack of things to do and the joy, again, going back to the word joy, the joy that comes from the arts in a city like Chattanooga. And so, we'll do the Nutcracker and then we'll tour that actually up to Greenville. This is the first time we'll take the show on tour. And then we'll be touring to some smaller communities, not with the Nutcracker, but with other pieces in February. So we're busy. We're busy.
I was going to say, the Nutcracker, how many performances of the Nutcracker?
I'm glad you asked. There's 4 this year. So we'll open Friday night, December 10th at the Tivoli at 7:30 p.m. There'll be 2 shows on Saturday the 11th, and then a matinee on Sunday the 12th.
So 4 shows. So you have the weekend to choose from to try to get a show in to
The
see.
whole weekend, and two evening shows, 2 daytime shows. So something for people who want to make, maybe a more grown-up evening of it, and 2 shows for people who really want to bring the family, although those can intermingle. And we think that it'll be really warm this year.
Well, I think, like you said, people are excited. They're ready. The arts, that's so important. And we've talked about this over time, how we have seen
Yeah.
it grow in this community and how important it is. And like you said, to the vibrancy of the community. So after the Nutcracker, you all are not done. You touched
Mm-mm.
on that after that, you all will be going on the road. And I'll let you talk a little bit about that and what you all will be doing.
Well, after Greenville, we'll take a brief breath. Then we'll come back in January. We'll have auditions for our production of Cinderella, which will be in March. But then in February, so exciting, for the first time in the organization's history, we're going to take the professional company. We're going to take them to Cookeville. We're going to take them to Harriman, and we're going to take them to Franklin, Tennessee, which isn't necessarily rural, but it is on the way home. So we decided to go ahead and do a show there. And that's a part of our growing strategy. We just wrapped up a great collaboration with the Boys and Girls Club, where we started a movement and dance program with them. So this part of our strategy to bring dance where it is not, which is the rural communities. So we're going out to them, and then also creating community-based programs through partnerships. So this is the way we grow, and this is the way we have a continual impact on the youth of the organization and actual, the fabric of our community, and that's where Chattanooga Ballet is headed.